Okay, so here is how you would open your solar trailer. And on the back, you got two locks. This bottom lock, that comes out. This lever over, and you got your top lock. That's gonna be this little key. Turn that, and pull that off the loop. Take that off. All right, now you can open your door. Okay, now I've unlocked the trailer, opened the door. You can check your temperature there. We don't want an environment over 100 degrees, so keep an eye on that. It shouldn't really be a problem, but just check that. And so let's imagine you want to plug your tiny home in. Make sure you have some battery. You could push up and down on the charge controller until you get to the percentage right there. That's your battery percentage, 64%. And as long as you're above, I'd say 15-20%, you'd be okay to plug that in, especially if you got the sun going. You want to have this in the idle position to be off. That's where it's off. If you push it down, it's in the regular on mode. If you push it up, that's in power save mode, which we only recommend we use that in rare occasions. And so we're gonna plug our tiny home in. First I would turn off your high amp breaker. Then you could turn your inverter on, flip this down. Screen's gonna come on. And it's gonna show you your load percentage, which is gonna be a 0 if we have nothing connected to it here. So you see it says 0 right there. Got our output voltage over 240, got your battery voltage there. And then you'll have the light on here. Might be hard to see right now, but that's the second light from the right would be on here on the inverter. And then zoom back out. Yeah, second light from the right would be on, so the inverter's on. And then take your shelves to the outside. And you got your 50 amp output, 14-50R. So then you can take your tiny home, plug that in there, push that in all the way, let the top come down, and you can have your breakers at your tiny home on, turn off any high amp appliances like your mini split or anything else before you turn this on, and then turn the breaker on last here for your 50 amp output. And that'll power your tiny home. Okay, so let's imagine our battery's low, or we got a cloudy day. We want to charge up our solar trailer. So imagine you have your generator here. And so what we want to do, you want to start your generator, make sure you got enough gasoline and everything, and find the breaker to your output for the 30 amp twist lock here, the 4-prong. Turn that breaker off. And then plug that in your generator, and plug your other end into your inlet right here. Now that goes in all the way. Twist a little bit, that way it locks in, get it locked in. And then once you got that going, then flip breaker on your generator. To get power in, make sure any kind of eco mode is off. Make sure eco mode is off on your generator. And now, when you have that plugged in, you're gonna have this far right light come on, and you should have this light come on as well for the fast charge mode. When the generator is plugged in to the solar trailer, it is also going to power all of your output loads from the generator input. So that'll tell you that there's power going in. You can check the application. So you're gonna go on your phone, open Victron Connect, and with that connecting with Bluetooth to the D.O.G solar trailer, you open that. Default password is gonna be 6 zeros if you need to connect it with a new phone. Once you're connected here, then you're gonna see the power coming in. So right now, that power right there, It's telling you there's a net 370 watts of power coming in. In this case, we're just coming in from the solar, and you can push the up and down on the solar charge controller to find the wattage of that, which we got about 500 watts coming in. And so if you have your generator plugged in, you're going to have that charging power coming in here. And so if you notice, if I turn the inverter off, back to the neutral position, we're going to have a little bit more power total coming in because that inverter is drawing, it looks like, we'll turn it back on so you can see. We got 515, turn the inverter on, 350. So we got about 150 watts that inverter is using just idle. So you want to always make sure if you're not using power, this needs to be off. Because, you know, resting overnight or when you're just gone, not using your home or power, you want that off. Otherwise, it's just going to eat your battery down and drain it. So there you go. If you want to check, you can also check the battery state of charge directly from the battery here. These are touch sensitive buttons. And normally it responds here. I think it might not work in the cold here, so I'm just going to reset the battery with this button off and on. And we still got this second battery to take the power in, so we only want to do this off for just a little bit, and then I'll turn it back on and our screen's going to come back on and display the state of charge. As you can see, 65% there. And then charging voltage and current as well.